Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the weekend roundup show where I take you through the English Premier League and what happened over the course of the weekend. The big one happened in the Premier League where we saw Liverpool losing at home to Manchester City. We're going to take a dive into this game, and also Arsenal comprehensively defeated Sunderland. The Premier League is really hitting them up. Like this video, hype this video, do whatever you need to do to encourage this video to get to as much people as possible. And if you've not subscribed yet to the channel, please do subscribe. And we want to welcome you to the family as we're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. Where do we start from? We start from Anfield, where we saw a very boring game between Liverpool, the champion, and the previous champion, Manchester City, and title contenders. As they played out a 2-1 win for Manchester City, I must say the game wasn't interesting. Liverpool had the upper hand in the game in the second half. Manchester City were doing their bit in the first half, having some good possession of play, played some nice passes. But the game wasn't entertaining as I expect. The quality of the game wasn't the best, in my opinion. But the best moment of the game came in when Szoboszlai scored a screamer. I think this guy is currently now the best free kick taker in the Premier League without any doubt, because this season I think he scored up to like four direct free kicks. So for me, I think it's fair to say that Szoboszlai right now is the best free kick taker in the Premier League. And Manchester City, who find themselves down in the second half, could have been sorry for themselves, could have been wailing and crying, whinging. But what did they do? The players pick up themselves. Even Pep Guardiola on the sideline bench looked like he has given up already. But the player picked up themselves. Haaland getting an assist and a goal. And a penalty in the 92nd minute saw Manchester City getting all 3 points from that game. And what does that mean? And there's something I really want to point out. I think Arsenal and Arsenal fans are the biggest winner from yesterday's game. Yes, I know a lot of you want to say, how will you say that Arsenal could have been 9 points clear if Liverpool had won, and now they are just 6 points, could be 3 before the end of the week, because Manchester City are taking on Fulham already. So this is my point. Before Arsenal even won the league, there have been a smear campaign by the media saying this is a worst Premier League season ever. If Arsenal go on to win the league, it will be the worst champion, the most boring league ever. But the Champions League right now, they have 8 teams that qualified for the knockout stage directly, and 5 of those teams are the Premier League. So does that mean the Champions League is the worst Champions League ever? I really want to hear from the media. And also, there's been this smear campaign making it feel as if this Premier League title, this Premier League season is a write-off if Arsenal wins it. Now Arsenal fans can pick up themselves and say, okay, now we have Manchester City fighting for the title. Because if you look at the media yesterday and all they have been saying, Arsenal, you need to watch your review. Manchester City are back. Manchester City are this. Manchester City. So the more Arsenal have these people talking about how Manchester City is going to overtake them, I think there will be a little bit of credibility when Arsenal eventually wins the league. So Arsenal fans, do not be discouraged, do not feel down, do not feel unhappy, do not feel threatened, because I think the players know what they need to do to win the season title. So let's just keep on riding. Like Mikel Arteta said, we just have to enjoy the ride for the next 3 or 4 months to see where we are at the end of the season. We're playing the Carabao Cup final on the 22nd of March, match against Manchester City at Wembley Stadium. So let's see how it's going to pan out. So like I said, Arsenal fans, you should not be down. You should not feel discouraged because of the result yesterday, because absolutely nobody is going to help you win the league. You have to win the league yourself, because for a fact, you never expect somebody that their slogan is "you never walk alone," because they always work with Liverpool and they always work with Manchester City. You know the bromance they only have, the City pool bromance. So don't feel discouraged and never expect anybody to do anything for you. If you want to win the league, go for there, win your matches and win the damn thing yourself. The league leaders won against Sunderland. But before I talk about the Arsenal game, PGMOL, what is the rationale to which your laws are made? Because I do not understand why that third goal for Manchester City was removed. There was a foul on Haaland, and Haaland fouled the man, but the ball went into the goal. None of them got a touch of the ball. Cherki should have scored. The goal should have been awarded to Cherki. But now you're giving Szoboszlai a red card, which will damage Liverpool more because right now they're taking on Sunderland, who for me is one of the uh, team this season who have been very, very impressive. Remember, they've not lost at home, and Liverpool without no right back now will be playing this game, and Szoboszlai will be suspended for the next 3 games. I think, yeah. Is it 3? I don't know how many games it's gonna be because right now we don't even know. Normally a red card is 3 match ban, but right now we don't even know if it's gonna be a 3 match or a or a 1 match ban. So I do not understand why that red card was given. I think the goal should have stood because in the game against Arsenal and Sunderland, the third goal by Victor Gyökeres, that was a goal, but there was a very, very dangerous foul by the Sunderland defenders. Which for me, I think it was a red card and a penalty. So I think he would have just given the goal to the Shaky and made it 3-1. So, but for me, I don't know, but I would love to know if anyone from the PGMOL will want to answer to me. I know you're not answerable to me, but just at least the fans are the pinnacle of this sport. So we need to know the rules. We need to know what is what and what is not. Okay? Yeah, Arsenal, on the other hand, defeated Sunderland by 3 goals to nothing. Victor Gyökeres coming from the bench to score 2 goals in that game, and Zubimendi scoring his 6th goal of the season for Arsenal. This guy has been one of the signings of the season, and for me, I think if Arsenal go on to win the league, it will be in the team of the season, in my opinion. Yes, that's just my opinion. And I know a lot of you were wanting me to bash the Liverpool players, but I'm not here for that. I'm just here to give you the Wingate roundup and what happened in the Premier League. And because we have a lot of players who really flopped in the Liverpool game, so but I'm not going to go into that. I just want to get you through the Premier League and what happened over the course of the weekend. Arsenal, like I said, won that game, and the next game will be against Brentford on Thursday. They could be 3 points above Manchester City because Manchester City will be taking on Fulham. Newcastle United were losers at home as they lost 3-2 to Brentford. Brentford, who has Igor Thiago, who is a very, very good form at the moment, scoring in that game from the penalty spot. And 2 penalties in that game, Bruno Guimaraes and Igor Thiago, 2 Brazilian, were on the score sheet. As Newcastle fell to a loss already. Brentford, who a lot of people thought were going to go into relegation this season because of the loss their captain, they lost their star player, 2 of the star players, and also their manager in Thomas Frank, who went to Tottenham. So right now they are punching above their. I don't know if I should use the word that they are punching above their weight, but what they are doing this season is really remarkable, and I think Brentford will be hoping to see if they can qualify for the Europa League. And Newcastle, on the other hand, well, boy, oh boy, hell yeah, they get their act together, the better for them. They just lost the semi-final to Manchester City in the Carabao Cup, and they're now losing at home to Brentford. For me, I think it's not a good result for them. And Bournemouth had Aston Villa to a 1-1 draw. Aston Villa have been in a very, very poor run of form, missing some of their key players. Uno Emery said it before that Aston Villa are punching above their weight, and what we are seeing right now is really, really telling that these guys are struggling, and with the injuries they are having, with the likes of Working's hat, I do not know where they might end up this season, and probably the chasing pack of Manchester United, Chelsea, they might overtake them very soon. So let's see how it's going to go with Aston Villa as they played at a 1-1 draw. But one player this season who has been remarkable for them is Morgan Rogers. For me, I don't think Morgan Rogers is going to be at Aston Villa come the end of the season. But keeping our fingers crossed, let's see how it's going to go. West Ham United defeated Burnley by 2 goals to nothing. Fulham were loser at home against Everton as Everton won that game 2 goals to 1. Manchester United was the big winners of this week as they now extend their lead over them and Liverpool to some imaginable points at the moment, and they defeated Tottenham by 2 goals to nothing. Romero, who I think is a very, very unreliable player, and for me, it should be stripped of the captaincy by Tottenham. But I'm not a Tottenham fan. I'm not a Tottenham hierarchy. I'm not a Tottenham manager, so they can do whatever they want to do. But right now, he's going to miss 4 games. He's going to miss the game against Arsenal, which will be taken on very, very shortly in the next 2 weeks. Manchester United, who have won 4 games in 4 matches since Michael Carrick took over. United strand, since your hair will be cut very, very soon because the next game will be against West Ham, and I don't know how West Ham are going to stop that because the four matches, West Ham are also in a great form. Yeah, West Ham are also in a great form, but I think the quality of Manchester United will tell more in that game, and they might end up winning that game, making it 5 wins from 5 matches since Michael Carrick took over Manchester United now, having every opportunity to qualify for Champions League, and with playing just one game weekly, I think it's going to be possible for them. Chelsea, on the other hand, defeated relegation bound Wolverhampton Wanderers by 3 goals to 1. Impressively, Cole Palmer scoring a first half hat-trick in that game as Chelsea ran away with all 3 points from the Mondelez Stadium. Leeds United defeated Nottingham Forest by 3 goals to 1. Leeds United have been impressive this season, and they only lost to Arsenal last week. Excuse me. Excuse me. They lost to Arsenal last week and they came back with an impressive winning over Nottingham Forest. And Crystal Palace, on the other hand, went to beat their arch rival Brighton by 1 goal to 0 at the Amex Stadium. Ismail Assar scoring the all-important goal for Crystal Palace. So Crystal Palace have been in very, very poor run of format, but their last 6 games they've not won any game. I think stretched around the last 10 games they've not won, and winning, getting your first win against your bitter rival, it's sweet. It's sweet, and but for Brighton, wow. Nobody expects where Brighton is at the moment. They are currently in 15th, I think 14th in the league table. So Brighton will be trying their best to see what they can do to rectify their season. Because at the moment, right now, I don't think they are doing well. They're not playing very, very well, and they're not getting the points. They're not getting the results. So Brighton, what do you have for us? So if you look at the league table right now, Arsenal sits on 56 points on first position, while Manchester City sits second with 50 points in second. Aston Villa, on the other hand, on 47 with sitting in third position. Manchester United, I said, are the biggest winner of this week, winning 4 games in a row. They now sit 44 points, and also Chelsea 43 points, winning 4 games in a row. These are the 2 most informed teams at the moment. And Liverpool, they'll be looking up their shoulders because Brentford are now tied on the same point with them, and Everton are just 2 points behind Liverpool in the league table. In the relegation side, we see West Ham United, who won against Burnley away from home. Now we just 3 points behind Nottingham Forest, who lost to Leeds United. Leeds United will be happy with that result and hopefully getting more results to see them safe for the season. So it's the relegation battle, like I said, with Burnley and Wolverhampton Wanderers having just only 8 points this season. I think they're going to go down as one of the worst Premier League team ever if they do not pick up any win from the next 13 games in the Premier League table. So right now, it's sitting up very, very hot in the English Premier League. And let me know in the comment section, do you still feel Arsenal can win this league, or do you think Manchester City is going to overtake Arsenal to win this league table? I really want to hear from you. Like this video. If you like this video, share to your friends, hype the video, whatever you want to do, and subscribe to the channel as we on our way to 2000. And till I see you again, stay safe, peace out.